dreams just random images fired from an unconscious brain during sleep? Or something much more important, like life-saving inner guidance? How dreams can be healing and early warning tools for disease, financial crisis, or success. And love is still one of the behavioral science's greatest unanswered questions. Hello, I'm your host, author Kat O'Keefe Kanavos. Welcome to Dreaming Healing, where dreams and cutting-edge scientific research meet on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 radio network. Dreaming Healing is every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, when you can call in and ask Kat questions about your amazing dreams. Talk on air. Call toll-free, 833-220-1200. That's 833-220-1200. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so glad you are here. This show is live video. So if you're only listening and you want to watch, you can go to my website, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos, or thequeenofdreams.com. Or you can go to my Facebook page and watch Facebook Live right now. And that's Kat Kanavos, author/speaker. So you can also call in and talk with the guest and me during the show. You would have to call 646-558-8656. And then the ID number is 8836953587, and then press the pound sign to listen or chat. I know that's a lot to listen to, a lot of numbers. So if you just want to go to my Dreaming Healing page on Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network, that's Dreaming Healing with Kat Kanavos. You can find that number right there on that page. And if you've got a dream or a question, you can always call in and we'd be happy to talk to you. So you may have seen me on my video podcast shows, the Kat Kanavos Show live on my Facebook page, and also my other video podcasts that I do. And you can see all of those again on my website. So dream coach Bambi Corso-Steinmeyer believes you can use dream tracking to transform your life, which is the title of her newly published book. Bambi says, quote, dreams provide an integral guidance system that, when followed, can transform your life. By learning to track your dreams, you will gain insight and self-awareness that will help your inner voice make better choices and decisions and improve your health and relationships and generate unlimited creativity. But first, let's start the show off with our favorite protection and clearing meditation. Remember, if you're driving right now, please don't close your eyes. The meditation will still work. Just listen, and it's going to work. All right, so during this meditation, if you're new to the show and you haven't done this with us before, what we're going to be doing is imagining something that is small, but very powerful to you. Maybe something that was given to you in a dream by your spirit guides. That's what I use. I use a dandelion. That is going to be my power gift, or it can be given to you by a deceased loved one. Could be an amulet, piece of jewelry, your favorite stone, anything at all that is powerful, means love, and that's going to be your power gift. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sit really comfortably, we're going to relax, we're going to close our eyes, and we're going to take in these 3 really deep breaths. And we're going to imagine any negativity that may have happened during the week or since our last show together, get stuck in that breath of life. And we're going to blow it out across the room into the purple flame of Saint Germain, where it's going to get converted into this beautiful golden energy and returned to the universe. That way, we're not littering. Okay, so we're going to take in those 3 deep breaths. We're going to blow them out across the room. And then we are going to use that power gift to build a protective bubble around us. All right, are you ready? Okay, close your eyes and feel yourself relaxing and getting centered. Just kind of settle down into your chair or the floor or wherever you are. Feel yourself sitting deeper into the chair and becoming centered. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. Imagine any tiny little specks of negativity getting caught up in that breath of life. Blow it out. All the way out into your lungs, into that purple flame of Saint Germain. Another deep breath in. Hold it. Any stubborn little specks get caught into that breath of life. Blow it out across the room. One more time. Deep breath in. Imagine a few little specks, something somebody said to you, something somebody meant to not hurt but did, something you said to somebody else, a memory, a feeling, caught up in that breath. Blow it out across the room, right into the purple flame of Saint Germain, and see it explode into beautiful golden light and just sucked up into the universe. Now, imagine holding your power gift in your hand and create this beautiful circle around you that is actually a mirrored bubble all around you, and it's filled with golden light. And this mirrored bubble is only going to allow that which is of the highest and best for you, brought by your spirit guides and guardian angels, to enter that protective bubble. Anything else that is not of your highest and best is reflected back from whence it came. We wish it so, and therefore it is. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes and feel your lightness of being. So, what is dream tracking? And how can we use it in our waking world? Well, Bambi Corso-Steinmeyer is here to explain. She is the author of Dream Tracking, Track Your Dreams and Transform Your Life. Bambi is a Southern California, I'm the one in Southern Florida, is a Southern California native and has a deep commitment to making a difference in the lives of others. She holds a certification in both life coaching and dream tending. We're going to ask her about dream tending. As a huge animal advocate, one of her passions is helping with animal-related causes, promoting kindness and compassion for all living things, including the environment. Her website is www.bambicorso.com, and that's BAMBICORSO.com. And all of her information, her bio, her long bio, her website links, all of her other links are on my Dreaming Healing page on Dreamvisions7radionetwork.com. So you can go there, you can just Google Bambi Corso on Dreaming Healing with Kanavos, and she'll come up, okay? So welcome to the show, Bambi. I'm so glad you're here.
So am I. I've been looking forward to this for months, Kat.
Bambi and I met for the first time at the IASD, and that's the International Association for the Study of Dreams. And we immediately clicked. She actually shared a story that I'm hoping to publish in the second book that I'll be writing with Dr. Larry Burke. But, she and I are twin souls. And so when she told me she had just published another book, I said, oh, you got to come on my show. We have to talk about it. And I've been excited ever since. So Bambi, let's start with, what was that dream in your bio? The dream tending.
Oh, dream tending.
What is dream tending?
So I
like
was
tending a fire?
really no, but it's tending the living image. So that was a certification program that I took in the 90s that is still alive and well in the world, taught by one of my most important dream mentors, which was Stephen Eisenstadt. And so I have a couple certifications in dream tending and been doing that. And that kind of led me to even developing my own dream tracking. So it's just been a really important part of my life and just a tremendous way of working with dreams.
Great. So I'm excited. Bambi, hold up your book. Show us your book. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh,
thank you.
Very, very nice. For those, tell us, before we get started, because I know my audience is going to have our show up in the corner and they're going to be on their computers learning all kinds of stuff about your book, especially when we go to commercial, which we'll be doing at 22 minutes after the hour for those of you who can wait. So Bambi, what prompted you to write your book?
So when I was young, Kat, I think it's one of those things that I was born wanting to write. So my very first book was just a bunch of scribbles that I gave my mom, but I always wanted to write. And because my passion has been dream work for my entire life, it just seemed like that was the natural thing to do. And it's been about, it was 2002 when I first really came up with the idea for dream tracking. So it's taken quite a while to actually bring it into fruition in the waking world, but it's definitely been worth it. And it's just been a wonderful process.
So tell us what dream tracking is. Explain that to the audience.
Okay, so dream tracking, I use the word tracking because in the wild, if we're trying to follow something we're wanting to learn more about, we track it. So a lot of the theory is following these imprints left on the inner part of us in the soul based on these dream images. And we start tracking them from dream to dream. And what we start finding, Kat, is that there are similarities between dreams that we may not always pick up on if we're not journaling our dreams, but those become tracks that we can then follow to help us just become more conscious of ourselves, of our environment, of things that we should be picking up on instinctually or intuitively. So it's just the idea of tracking images in the dreams. And then also, as you do that, watching how the dreams evolve and how they change, because the images, as you know, another big dreamer, they shift and they change and they evolve with us. So it's a lot of discovery, it's a lot of exploration, and it's just a really fun inward journey.
Mm-hmm. And so tell us where we can find your book for those of my audience that I know are going to be looking for it right now. They're going to be watching three because that's what they do.
So it's on Amazon and it's on Barnes and Noble. So it's available there right now.
Okay.
And we just came out with the Kindle version too, which was exciting. The Kindle and the Nook and the iTunes. So it's
good. So that's DREAN TRACKING. Great. So those of you who are already on there, enjoy. So your book embraces 4 principles. It lists these 4 principles. So in chapter 4 of the book, if you would, could you actually go to chapter 4 in your book? Because you write about principle number 1, engage your curiosity. And I'd like you to read like the first 4 sentences out of your chapter because I found them very interesting, just like the first 4 sentences.
Okay. So having a curious frame of mind is a key component of the dream tracking journey. because it helps you hold the mindset of an investigator. One clue leads to another and then another. Treasures are unearthed and truths are discovered. Engaging your curiosity is, in essence, identifying the tracks in your dreams.
Oh, see, I love that. Oh my God, baby, that was amazing. You know, we're told so often our dreams don't mean anything. And I tell people, if our dreams don't mean anything, why do we have them? Why are we wasting, 1/3 of our life on something that is unimportant? And here you're saying our dreams are so important. We need to be the curious detective. And I couldn't agree more. So tell us a little bit about that. Tell us what you see are the important components of principle number 1, engage your curiosity.
So I think the first thing, Kat, is, when we're young and we're children and we look at the world as, everything is new, everything is exciting. And because of that, it opens something else up in us where we want to learn. And for me, dream work has always been that as well, because it's mystifying. You wake up from a dream in the middle of the night, and there's these scenarios that you couldn't possibly have even imagined in your waking world. So to be looking at them from a curious state of mind changes the dynamic of the dream work. It's no longer something that we just set off to the side and it doesn't matter. It's like, well, gosh, what was that bird in the dream? And how come it was like a combination of 2 different birds? What and why is that showing up? So for me, part of this is also about, activating that younger part of who we are that gets really excited about life and starts engaging with things in a deeper level. So curiosity could be everything from just the dream images to how we felt in the dream, and then just kind of following the tracks of the dream, but allowing us to be led by our curiosity, and instead of us being the one always in control of where the dream work is going, kind of see where the dream image brings us, leads us.
Mm-hmm. And that kind of brings us to keeping a journal, because if we're going to be a good dream tracker and detective, we may need to look back in our journal. Did we see that bird before? Is this the first time we've seen that bird, or has that bird shown up before? And I think that's one of the most important things about journaling, is being able to go back as a detective and say, oh, you know what? 3 years ago, I know I've seen that bird before. 3 years ago, that bird just did the same thing it did now. And when it did it last time, this is what happened like 3 weeks later. Wonder what's going to happen 3 weeks from now. Maybe I've just been forewarned.
Right, exactly. Oh, and I think journaling is such a crucial part of dream work, because I think we all wake up thinking we're going to remember something in the morning, and then we wake up and it's gone. So you lose the detail, and you lose so much of the juicy dream work without writing them down. So yeah, journaling is a huge part of the process. It's kind of like your traveling field guide. You just keep it with you so you can always go back, look at the journal, and see what else it was that you dreamt, because we're not going to remember it all.
Absolutely. I keep a dream journal, and so I had the strangest dream the other night where I was back up on Cape Cod, actually, with my friends. And it started snowing, and I was flying around in the air looking at the beautiful snow. And I said to my friends, isn't this beautiful, the snow? And they looked at me and they said, yes, but it's June. Oh yeah, it's June and it's snowing. So I'm kind of curious, Bambi, wonder if it's going to snow in June.
Yeah, but that's it, right? You follow it.
That's right. So I do have it written down, and I'm going to keep track of it, and let's see what happens. I mean, it has snowed on Cape Cod the end of May before, so it's possible. It will
happen.
It could happen. So we've got like 2 minutes before we go to break, but I want to start this anyhow. In chapter 5, Bambi, you write about principle number 2, explore your emotions. And I think it's really important that people explore their emotions. And so if you would, again, in chapter 5, if you could read the first 4 sentences again to give us an idea of what this principle 2 is, I'd love that. Explore your emotions.
Okay. We all have emotions. We deal with them every day. We judge them as good or bad, either moving toward or against them, and are therefore always trying to control them in some way. They are innate to our humanity, and they play a significant and often underestimated role in our experience of life and overall health.
That's fantastic. So tell us a little bit about exploring our emotions in dreams. I mean, it's very easy, Bambi, to write just the details. Okay, I was on Cape Cod and I was with my friends and suddenly I was flying. But what was I feeling? Was I happy? Was I sad? And I was obviously very, very happy. I loved flying. I loved being back with my friends. Hold on, there is some noise that's coming in from part of the house. So I'm sorry, guys, if you're picking it up. Like I said, we are in a small condo that we're renting. So anyhow, yes, your emotions. Why are emotions so important in our dreams?
Gosh, so there's a few different things about this, and I know we're about to go to break, but it's like with your dream, Kat, for example, like you said, depending on how you felt in the air, it changes the whole way that we look at the dream, because the emotions are kind of the roots underneath the dream. And so how we feel in the dream is a huge indicator of what's going on, and also helps us to understand the imagery better. As a law of attraction certified coach, we deal with emotions all the time, and depending where you are on what Abraham Hicks calls the emotional guidance scale, you're either at a really high level emotion or a really low one, or anywhere in between. And so when we identify where we're at, it gives us a good indication of not only how we're feeling and how we're moving from our life, it expands out into the ripple effect of also what we're drawing into us, and what we're also creating.
Hold that thought, Bambi. We've got to go to break. So don't go away, audience. We're going to be right back. You are listening to Dreaming Healing on Dreamvisions7radio.com. And I'm your host, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos, aka the Queen of Dreams. We'll be right back.
Ever had a strange dream? Nautilus Award winner, Dreams That Can Save Your Life, Early Warning Signs of Cancer and Other Diseases by Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos and Duke University radiologist Dr. Larry Burke. Forward by Dr. Bernie Siegel, shares how people like you self-advocated in the face of adversity and won using dreams. Read life-saving dream stories validated by medical reports. Hear how dreams of dead loved ones saved lives. Use interpretations and journaling as roadmaps in your waking world for health, wealth, and love. Dreams That Can Save Your Life. Early Warning Signs of Cancer and Other Diseases. Buy the audio and book at KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com in English and Italian worldwide, and through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other retailers.
How did life start on Earth, and why is there so much suffering? Are we living in a simulated reality like the characters in the Matrix movie? Do parallel dimensions exist alongside ours, influencing our experience? What are the mysterious dark energies that penetrate our universe? Peter Canova folds space and time to bring the twin bookends of ancient wisdom and quantum science into a single focal point, answering these and many other deep mysteries of the creation. Quantum Spirituality can be heard every Tuesday at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern and 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Pacific on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 radio network. See the show where past and present merge to show us our future.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat O'Keefe Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 radio network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Have you met your physician within yet? The Nautilus and multi-award-winning book, Surviving Cancerland: Intuitive Aspects of Healing, is a memoir that takes you down the rabbit hole of healing dreams and interpretations, mixed with conventional medicine and treatments. Listen to the hookah-puffing caterpillar ask, "Who are you?" Dr. Bernie Siegel says Kathleen's story is powerful, honest, and eye-opening. Surviving Cancerland: Intuitive Aspects of Healing by 3-time breast cancer survivor Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Buy the book and audio at KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers. Why are we here? How can we be happy? Questions asked from millennials to boomers. Crappy to happy. Sacred Stories of Transformational Joy answers them using true stories of grit, grace, and love. James Redfield, author of The Celestine Prophecy, wrote in the foreword, "This book is a seminar about emerging truths and offers grounded solutions through the art of the comeback." Dr. Bernie Siegel, a contributing author, wrote, "Bodies die, but spirits and consciousness survive and recycle." So, grab some tissues, open your book, and prepare to cry and laugh till it heals. Crappy to Happy by Reverend Ariel Patricia and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and booksellers worldwide.
This is Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back to segment 2 of Dreaming Healing on Dreamvisions7radio.com. I'm your host, Kat Kanavos, and tonight we have Bambi Corso-Steinmeyer, but she goes by BambiCorso.com if you want to look her up. And we're talking about dream tracking to transform your life. Just before we went on break, Bambi, we were talking about emotions in our dreams. Why do you think it's important that we write those emotions down?
So emotions in dreams are also tracks as part of the tracking journey. So if I have a dream of a dog, for example, and the dog is chasing me and I'm terrified, that's going to lead me in one direction of understanding what this may be speaking to in my life versus a dog that comes up and runs and jumps on me and is licking my face. So we can use emotions as an energetic pinpoint to help us start understanding what is getting addressed in our dreams. Because emotions are also just energy. So I think that the way that a dream image shows up energetically and taps into our emotions is it's like you're using your senses for something. You can understand something, you can observe it and absorb it very differently.
Mm-hmm. And I also, think, taking my dreams as an example, at first, after my mother passed, if I would see her in my dreams, I would be so emotional. I would be so emotional because I had not quite come to terms with that. Mm-hmm. But now, when I see her, I'm like happy and I'm okay with it. It's no longer a nightmare. So by writing those emotions down and writing those dreams down and tracking them, I can see how far I've come in an emotional situation. So, and that can hold true for other emotional, life-changing situations that we go through, like divorce or moving, or there are so many different things. So yeah, I agree. Emotions, your second principle is really, really important in dreams, and I don't think people give enough importance to them. Yeah,
I agree.
yeah, they really do. That should be one of the most, you should make sure that in your dreams you say, I was happy, I was sad, I was indifferent, I was just watching. So Bambi, why do you think everyone dreams but not everyone remembers their dreams?
Well, I think the first part of the question, I think that everybody dreams because I think that this is something given to us at birth. I think that we are born with an internal navigation system that connects us to source. And when we can access that and pay attention to that, it helps us in our waking life. And like you said right at the beginning of the show, we spend a third of our life asleep. And so something must be happening there that is important enough to spend that much time doing it. So I think part of that is this little, this manual to help us get through humanity and just being a human being. And I think that's why we all dream, including, mammals dream too. And
They do.
Actually a lot of animals dream, but yeah.
Yeah. So why is it that we are so often taught in society, even, even as small children, that dreams are unimportant? Why would people who are supposed to be our leaders, our teachers, why do they not take dreams seriously? Do they not dream? What's going on?
It's a great question. And I in my own studies, Kat, it seems like in times past, and especially in indigenous cultures, they honored and respected the dream time. And they taught that to their children, and they knew that there was information there and that they were connecting to something else. Somehow over time, people have kind of lost touch with that maybe innate part of who we are. I don't know why people mark them off as so unimportant, because the people that I have worked with over so many years, it's life-changing when you can sit and work with your dreams and start realizing the power and the wisdom and the information that is constantly available. It is mind-blowing and it's exquisite. So I definitely am hoping that through my book and other dreamers on the planet who are trying to do the same thing, that somehow we wake people back up to something that is part of us being human and that's available to absolutely everybody.
I agree. So what do you suppose is the downside to not paying attention to our dreams? If we don't pay attention to our dreams, do you think that we would have the same ability to access that inner guidance?
I think it takes longer. And I think too, Kat, for different people gain that in different ways that work for them. And, some people may get that through meditation and, you find a way that works for you. But for me, in my own experience, dreaming and paying attention to my dreams saves me years of time of trying to figure something out, because dreams present information and it gets right to the core of it. There's no beating around the bush. There's no, talking to a therapist for 5 years. It's something where it will show you exactly what it is. And it can save years of time of trying to work on something if you're trying to, just grow and develop and evolve and understand yourself better. It's just so available in dreams.
Mm-hmm. You also say that your dreams give us the opportunity to have fun and to connect to our creative sides. You talk about how many well-known people have been inspired by their dreams to write books and music and create inventions and so much more. What are some dream-inspired creations that you can share with us that you know of?
Of my own, or just ones that I know of?
Both, if you can.
Both. Oh, gosh. Okay. So the Beatles, when they wrote the song Yesterday, that was inspired from a dream. Jonathan Livingston Seagull, the book, the movie Inception about dreaming was inspired by a dream. Gosh, everything from, finalizing the pieces of the sewing machine needle to mathematics and figuring out different things about DNA. I mean, it's amazing the kinds of things that can be accessed in the dream time, because it's almost like we go to sleep with a question, and there's something in the dreaming mind, because we're no longer confined to the body. We're dreaming, we're somewhere, and we can pull back information, or we can receive information in a whole different way. And so we can wake up with answers to these kinds of things. And that is so fascinating and so fun, because it is endless how many things have been created. I mean, I wrote a little children's book that I have not published yet, but that came out of a dream. I've made a skirt, clothing, just you wake up with ideas. And anybody who I know who is creative, whether they're, sculptors or sculptors or painters, they see things in their dreams. And then in their waking life, they will draw them, they will paint them, they will create them. And I mean, it's magnificent. And I think more people probably do that than people ever will realize how much is inspired by dream work. So that's definitely the fun part.
Yeah. I know that Paul McCartney wrote the song Let It Be, where Mother Mary Comes to Me, where he was singing about his deceased mother who died of breast cancer. And it was during the time that the Beatles were getting ready to break up. There was a lot of tension. So, these were, the other Beatles, John and Ringo and George were his buds. They'd been together since, high school. So this was a big deal for him. And so it was in his mind when you were talking about, you go to sleep with stuff on your mind. This was in his mind. What should I do? What should I do? And his mom came to him in the dream and said, let it be. Just let it be. And so he did. He let it run its course. And basically they grew up. They broke apart because I think they just kind of grew up. So can you share your website with us one more time so that our audience can go there?
Yes. So it's www.
Actually, hold your book up too.
Oh. Okay, here's the book. It's www.bambicorso.com, and that's BAMBICORSO.com.
Great. So Bambi, is there anything in particular that we didn't cover that you would like to share with us that is either in your book or something that's happened lately, or anything at all? I always try to give my guests an opportunity to go off road.
There's one thing that I love about dreams, and something that just a shout out to Greg Lavoie, who I reference a few times in my book, because his book made such a huge difference in my life when it came to really trying to understand my own calling, which to me has always been dream work. That our dreams are also always giving us information about that, about what our callings are in this lifetime, about what our purpose may be. And there's that, for me, at least, Kat, was such an elusive chase. It was so hard for me to figure out, what am I going to do? And, it's very different than just having a career. But what's my calling, and how do I identify my calling? And so dream work is also so helpful when it comes to really trying to understand that part of your life and what you want to do with your life. It's something that connects us to our authentic self, to that part of our soul that knows what it wants to experience in this lifetime. So yeah, callings in dreams it's a beautiful piece of dream work that people don't often talk about either. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is, in the book, I talk about something called, I'm calling it dream-inspired advocacy.
Oh.
And for me, that started with dreaming about particular animals. And as it turns out, my part of my calling is definitely animal and nature related, but taking action on dreams in a positive, healing, helpful kind of a way. And it doesn't have to be anything big, but for me, that turned into one example is I started a group on Nextdoor, actually, an owl group. And this was originally an owls.
How interesting, because I have 2 baby owls.
You do?
Yes, over by my house in Florida. They're in between my house and the neighbor's house. There are 2 babies.
Oh
and
my gosh.
We call them the Hooter twins.
Twins. Oh my gosh, that is so wonderful. So, and it's just like that. It's an owl box group, but we have that was started from a dream imagery of owls back in the 90s for me. And so in the last couple of years, I started this group only about a year and a half ago. We've got over 400 people in that Nextdoor group. And what it's done is, in my local community, it's helped people understand, for example, not using rodenticides to control rodents, that you can, allow nature to take its course and have, bring more owls to an area. Mm-hmm. And so, it's not a giant thing, or at least it's not a giant thing yet, but it's something that I'm really passionate about, and that it's something that working with my dreams helped me create. So I'm really excited about that.
So what is this?
And I think we all get that.
Where you put a box out for them?
Yeah, I have an owl box.
You do?
Yep.
So you go get a box.
Yep, it's a barn owl box.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look that up, because mine are just sitting up there in the tree hooting at dusk.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we should talk about that.
Yeah, little hooters.
And little house.
Yeah, I do not allow any pesticides or poisons on my property at all. And suddenly we have owls, and we have black snakes, and we have all kinds of critters showing up that the neighbors are going, we've never seen these before, but we don't really see any rats. And then we also have 2 Siamese cats. So the rats packed up and left. So anyhow, oh my gosh, we're down. It's time to take another break. And when we come back, we actually have a caller, Bambi. I see the phone up here. So they probably have a dream. Are you up for dealing with a dream?
Sure. We can at least start playing with it.
All right. Well, don't go away, audience. We're going to be right back after this break with a dreamer.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat O'Keefe Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 radio network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Ever had a strange dream? Nautilus Award winner, Dreams That Can Save Your Life, Early Warning Signs of Cancer and Other Diseases by Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos and Duke University radiologist Dr. Larry Burke. Forward by Dr. Bernie Siegel, shares how people like you self-advocated in the face of adversity and won using dreams. Read life-saving dream stories validated by medical reports. Hear how dreams of dead loved ones saved lives. Use interpretations and journaling as roadmaps in your waking world for health, wealth, and love. Dreams That Can Save Your Life. Early Warning Signs of Cancer and Other Diseases. Buy the audio and book at KathleenO'KeefeCanavos.com in English and Italian worldwide, and through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other retailers.
Have you met your physician within yet? The Nautilus and multi-award-winning book, Surviving Cancerland: Intuitive Aspects of Healing, is a memoir that takes you down the rabbit hole of healing dreams and interpretations, mixed with conventional medicine and treatments. Listen to the hookah-puffing caterpillar ask, "Who are you?" Dr. Bernie Siegel says Kathleen's story is powerful, honest, and eye-opening. Surviving Cancerland: Intuitive Aspects of Healing by three-time breast cancer survivor Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Buy the book and audio at KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers. Darkest hours to brightest moments, transformation from despair to happiness, and chaos to clarity. Real people, real pain, real healing. Life-threatening illness, death, abusive relationships, divorce, and overcoming addiction are challenges these men and women faced head-on. See how they emerged stronger and happier. Buy the new book, Chaos to Clarity: Sacred Stories of Transformational Change by Reverend Patricia Caginello and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available on SacredStoriesPublishing.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers.
In a world facing annihilation, a miraculous African nun rises to become the first female pope through a web of war, murder, and betrayal. Loved by some, hated by many, she becomes the deadly target of Islamic terrorists and her own cardinals as she introduces a new vision that will either save humanity or accelerate its destruction. 4 people must race against a nuclear holocaust to learn her astonishing secret. Pope Annalisa is available at petercanova.com, Amazon, and other online booksellers and bookstores worldwide.
This is Dreamvision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back to the last section of our show tonight, Dreaming Healing on Dreamvision7radionetwork.com. I'm your host, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos, but my friends all call me Kat, so I hope you will too. And our guest tonight was Bambi Corso-Steinmeyer, and that's Steinmeyer. And she is the author of the brand new book, Dream Tracking to Transform Your Life. And that's what we've been talking about all night. But Bambi, we've actually got 2 dreams that came into YouTube. So our producer wants to read them. Are you up for that? Okay. Sure. So Rachel, whenever you're ready, we'd love to hear the dreams that came in.
All right. The first one is a woman had a dream about her good friend, and they just had a really great time during this dream. But she's afraid it means that maybe she's gone, because when she tried to call her, the phone number didn't work anymore. So she's wondering if the dream was trying to tell her something.
Okay. I guess the first question that I would have is, has she reached out to the friend? When it comes to some kind of a dream that feels like a warning dream like that, I always follow the warning, but in a gentle way. So reaching out to the friend, calling them and just say, hey, I've been thinking about you. Not that I dreamed and I was afraid something really terrible had happened to you, just to be very respectful of people's, sense of concern. So I would encourage the dreamer to absolutely find out and reach out to the friend and see, because sometimes dreams are, that they are future telling. And if it's not something like that, I would be curious about what is it potentially that, is there some way in which the dreamer is trying to connect with someone or something, and it's not, the connection isn't quite happening?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree, Bambi. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person, obviously the person is not gone from your heart, Whether the person has gone from the earth or not, there's still a connection in that person. I believe that we can connect with our loved ones, whether they're here on the earth plane or if they have gone to the other side, to life after life. I believe we can connect to them through the sacred dream doors. And so if you tried to reach out to her and you found that her phone had been disconnected, it means that there's been a change. But whether that change is a change in address or a change in life, that's where tracking your dreams now, becoming the detective that we were talking about earlier, and seeing, maybe set an intention and ask her to come back into your dream and speak to you about why she's showing up in your dream. I think it's great that you were happy in the dream. I think that's a really good sign. She's obviously happy, you were happy, and you guys were happy together. So there is definitely a connection there. And I wouldn't give up on that connection. And as Bambi has been saying all night long, track your dreams, become that detective for your friend, and use your dreams, your spirit guides, your guardian angels to help you in those dreams to maybe find her. Do you want to add anything to that, Bambi?
The only other thing I would add is also look, because it's such a short dream and the word disconnect seems so important, at least the way it hits me, that if there is some play on words there, or if there's something about that word that might mean something to the dreamer. So, being disconnected or feeling disconnected, and see if there's some place in life where something like that might be up right now.
Yeah. What is it? Well, it's almost like there's a play on words with the phone number was disconnected and then the disconnect in the dream. So there is, you've got what I call a trickling down from the dream world into the waking world there. So I think that's an important dream. And I think that you need to put on your detective hat and just go to it. So thank you so much for sharing that dream with us on YouTube. We really appreciate that. And please, those of you listening tonight, if you have a dream and you don't want to come on the show and share it with us, we understand. We're good with that. You can share it on YouTube. And the producer, Rachel, our beloved Rachel, will read it for you. Okay. So Rachel, do we have another one?
We have another one. Yes, it's from a woman.
Okay.
And it's a little on the spicy side. I think she's having dreams about helping young men put condoms on.
Okay. Her dream is about helping young men put condoms on.
That's correct.
Is there any?
You want to go for that one first?
Is there any mention about whether she is enjoying it or not?
Oh, actually, no, there was really no mention about that. It just
okay.
Apparently, it was just a kind of a strange dream that she had that was out of the blue.
Yeah. Well, some of my first thoughts about it, or my first kind of questions about it, would be when at least if it was my dream, the first thing I think of with condoms, obviously, is some form of protection, and her relationship to helping a number of people be protected, which, again, if we had an emotion in the dream, it would help us navigate a little bit different down which, a potential road differently. But it can either be a protection, or depending on how the dreamer felt, it could be an interference. But I think the emotions could help a lot here. But, and we're also in the middle of dealing with something where everybody's wearing masks, and not to turn that into a pandemic dream, but there is a little hint of helping other people also stay safe.
I agree. I think the dream, if you think about it, a condom is prophylactic. And so it's keeping you and your partner safe. And during these times right now, It's interesting. We're wearing masks, and we're wearing masks even within our families. But since we don't really know how this virus is spreading, what else needs to be masked as well? And then there's also the idea of teaching the opposite sex how to keep ourselves safe. Mm-hmm. And so I think that this was an important dream. Now, if Freud had it, Freud have a heyday with that. He'd say, well, the male organ is gun. And so you're covering the gun. And we've seen a lot of gun violence going on right now in our waking world. Put a cover, put a cap on the gun, keep the gun under control. Mm-hmm. So, you can kind of see where, what Bambi was saying earlier, put on your detective hat, track your dreams, and find out what it all means to you. But I want to thank that dreamer for being brave enough to share that dream with us, because I don't believe there's ever a bad dream. Yeah. Ever. I think there's always a profound message in every dream. And, believe it or not, we've come to the end of our show. Bambi, thank you so much.
Fast.
So great tonight. Do you have a free gift you wanted to share with our listeners if they go to your website?
Well, I do. If they sign up for the newsletter, I have a free download on tips to help you remember and record your dreams. So if you really wanted to get started on some dream tracking, you could go there, sign up, download the little workbook, ebook, and just start giving yourself some ideas of what you can do to help remember your dreams and how best to write them down. Because there's a couple really good tips that changes the dream work a lot if you know what they are. So I'll keep that secret.
Thank you so much. And thank you, audience, for making Dreaming Healing such a great success. Again, if you don't want to share your dream, you can share it on YouTube, or you can email them to me from my website, KathleenO'KeefeCanavas.com or thequeenofdreams.com. And there is a free gift for you in the upper right-hand corner. So if you are a writer and you'd like to be in our third Sacred Stories of Transformation book series, Mayhem to Miracles, which I am in collaboration with Sacred Stories Publishing. James Redfield's in the book, who wrote Celestine Prophecies, and Dr. Barney Siegel, and many of our media partners like Dennis Pitoko, the CEO of BizCat 360 magazine. Just go to Get Published on my website. So until next time, remember, everybody dreams, but some dreams save lives. Good night, everybody. Good night, Bambi.
Good night, Kat.
Thank you for joining us this evening, and a big thanks to our producer. Tune in next time to Dreaming Healing for more cutting-edge research, live dream interpretations, and stories with radio host and award-winning author Kat O'Keefe-Kanavos. Listen every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time with call-in live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 radio network. Remember, everyone dreams, but some dreams save lives. Live your dreams. Find more about Kat at KathleenO'KeefeCanavas.com. That's Kathleen with a K. OKEEFEKANAVOS. Or The Queen of Dreams on Google search.
This is Dreamvision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life